What up, it's your boy Lou Will. I am back at Clippers Media Day, representing the Underground Lounge. Sitting with me is my former coach, one of my favorite coaches, for real. I'm gonna give you your flowers live since you in the lounge. Tyronn Lue is in the building with me. What's up, coach?
Nothing, chilling. How you doing?
Getting ready for another go-round, huh?
Another year.
Yeah. Now you got an older group, but you got a lot of talent, got a lot of household names. How you gonna navigate this season with so much talent, but at the same time, they already trying to paint the narrative that y'all old-ass team?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's, the older you are, the more experience you have. Right. And we got a lot of guys who've been through a lot of different situations. For me, I think, Brooke played 80 games last year. CP started 82 games last year. And so I just think for us, I think it's all about winning. And when you get older teams and older groups, it's all about winning. It's not about your accolades and, all-star games and none of that stuff. It's all about winning. So I'm excited about this team. And it's the most depth we had since I've been here, in a long time. And so I'm just excited to get going tomorrow.
Yeah, down to some of the other guys that may not have the names like a Chris Paul. You look at a Chris Dunn. You look at a Bogdan Bogdanovic. Zoo is coming into his own, man. Zoo is, and he in 10 years now. I was talking to him. I said, damn, you're an OG now. You're a real locker room guy.
He takes advantage of it, too. He don't want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I asked him,
10 years.
I said, what's up with the young guys, man? Who you looking forward to working with some of the young? He said, man, I just got back. I said, don't start that.
He did. He just got back like 3 days ago, but he's in good shape. He lost about 12 pounds, looks really good. But like Chris Dunn, Derrick Jones Jr., they were the pulse of our team last year. We took on a defensive identity last year, and we knew exactly who we were. Kawhi was out, Norman Powell stepped up, James stepped up, Zoo stepped up. But we had a defensive mentality last year, so we got to get back to that this year. When we step on the floor tomorrow.
With that, Norm goes to Miami, and I thought he was great for y'all. I thought he should have been an All-Star last year, but he put a great year together. But then you have a guy like Brad Beal that can come in and fill those shoes. What do you look forward to with Brad and how he fit with the group that y'all already had?
I think he's a three-level scorer. Mid-range, he can finish at the basket, three-point shooter. Gives a guy who can handle the basketball. A secondary ball handler, but also he can make plays. He can pass, make Zoo better, make our bigs better. He can see the floor. So I think he come and fit right in. I think we're gonna miss Norm a lot, getting downhill, getting to the free throw line. And so, he was one of my favorite guys. Norm was. Remind me a lot of you, just being able to score the ball in a lot of different ways. And we're gonna miss Norm, but like I said, I think Brad's gonna be pretty good for us.
How many years is this for you coaching?
10.
Head coach.
Yeah, 10 head coach. And 2009 was 16 all around.
16 all around.
Yeah.
So 16 years, head coaching, assistant coaching, and these every season is like a process. It's all right, let's start it over again. For you, from your vantage point, what is the most challenging part of going through an NBA season?
The first part is, I think, training camp, getting everybody to buy into what you're selling. Right. I think that's the biggest thing. And when you have a veteran team and a lot of older guys, they've done it their way for so long. The biggest challenge is just putting it all together where it's about team, and so that's the first challenge. The second challenge is just staying healthy and staying the course throughout the season, which you've been here and you've seen it. That's been our Achilles heel.
It can derail you.
Yeah, it's our Achilles heel, just not being healthy. And I think at the end of the season, just make sure we have fresh bodies, guys that are healthy going into the playoffs. So it's broken up to 3 parts.
Yeah, mentality-wise, you got a lot of guys on that roster that are in pivotal points of their careers. Like you said, some of the OGs, some of the vets, they want to just win now. But you got a guy like Brad coming from Phoenix, where a lot of people say that was a bad run, and I'm sure that he wants to get to a place in his career where y'all must have forgot who I was and what I can do, even though he had flashes of it. But if you look at it, people will say, well, it didn't work out in Phoenix, but he obviously got a lot of basketball left. You got a guy like CP going into his 20th year. Obviously, Kawhi wants to win another championship. James wants to get a ring, and other guys. What is your message going into camp with getting everybody on the same page and knowing, look, this is going to be a long journey, but we all got to be on the same page of how we approach it?
For me, Lewis started this summer. Once we acquired Brad and CP, just talking to him throughout the summer, just trying to get everybody on the same page. But I think people look at Brad he had a down year, but when you're playing with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant and you third, he still averaged 18 points a game, shot 50% from the field.
And that's considered a dud for him.
Yeah,
guys are die for that shit.
Guys
are die for that line.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when you're the third option, it's kind of like Kevin Love, having him in Cleveland. Kevin Love was a bad dude. But when Kyrie and Bron, I had to talk to Caleb, like, listen, man, like, this is what we need from you. Like, I'm going to get you your touches, out of timeouts, different stuff. But he sacrificed and was able to win a championship. And I think, that's kind of what happened to Brad over in Phoenix, just like being a third option. But she averaged 18, and 50% from the field, 40% from three. So I just think for him, just like you said, getting him back on track where he's healthy, where he's comfortable. And we're going to need him. Like, we're going to need him to play his game.
And speak to a guy like Chris in his 20th year, being able to come back here where he's cemented a lot of his legacy in the Clippers uniform. What is it like to have him at this point of his career in this position?
It's great. It's like full circle. Like, I coached CP when I actually got moved to the front of the bench with Doc in 2013 when we came in from Boston, and I had a chance to coach CP. And, like, just having a coach on the floor, like, he knows every position. Defensively, he was a competitor. He knows how to guard, knows the rotations. And so just having that friendship that we had since 2013 to now has been great. And so just having him back now when he's 40 years old, like, it's incredible. Like, just say a full circle.
That's amazing. I'm gonna switch gears. I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions. I know you're a big boxing guy.
Yeah.
Bud just got Canelo out of there. Who are you going for?
Bud.
Yes, Bud.
Yeah, from Nebraska. That's my guy too. Yeah. And he trained a couple times at the house in Vegas. So he's in Vegas. But yeah, I love Bud, man. I'm happy for him. And, like, now I finally get the respect he deserved. Like, he's always been a bad dude, but when you fight Canelo and people get a chance to see who you really are
on that big stage.
On the big stage, and, like, I knew if it went the distance, he was gonna win because he can just flat out box. And so just seeing that, so happy for him, man, and very excited for him.
Where do you think boxing go from here, man? Like, you got Tank fighting Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And there's so many matchups and so many different ones that we can see. Where do you think we go from here in boxing?
I'm such a, Crawford fan, like I said, and I was a big fan of Earl Spence too. I'm a big fan of Earl, and I didn't want to see that fight happen. I was nervous, what I'm saying? When I ain't involved, I get nervous. Like I said, I was nervous at the Canelo fight as well, because one punch in boxing, anything can happen, So for me, everybody wants to see the Bud and Canelo fight again. I don't. But it's a big payday, So if he can get 70, you gotta take it.
For
so
one night worth of work.
I think Bud and Canelo one more time. Do it one more time, and then let Crawford ride off into the sunset.
That's what's up. Well, Coach, man, I appreciate you sitting down with me. Listen, I called you probably 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I came right.
And you pulled right up on me,
sure.
man. But I've always said it publicly between you and Doc. Man, it was a pleasure working with y'all. Y'all allowed me to be myself, and I tried to do as best as I could by taking advantage of that, man. So
you definitely did that, Doc. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
For sure.
Much love and good luck this year, man. I hope it work out for y'all. I'll be at some games, and I'm always Clipper gang.
Right, for sure. Thanks, I appreciate it, Lou. For sure.
Yes,
good
sir.
to see you.
Lou Will, Underground Lounge. We see y'all in a minute. Media Day 2025-26. Yeah.